Well, what is this?
Welcome to the LadyGang.
That's amazing. Say that again.
The LadyGang.
Things are about to change around here.
Each week we catch up with Hollywood's hottest girl posse, Keltie Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the LadyGang. I'm Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Keltie Knight.
Hello.
Time to say goodbye. Da, 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 da. It's time to say goodbye.
My mom loves that song. Andrea Bocelli, and who is it? Sarah
Brightman, but like
Brighton.
also sometimes Demi Lovato or something. You know, like, he sings it with everybody now. It's not as chic, you know.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, it's bye.
And bye.
Bye.
2022 flew. By. It is. I started to get like, oh God, we've been getting really down lately. I don't know if I should.
No, take it up. Take it up.
Okay.
Take it up.
It's just, it's wild that it's coming to an end and that it's just the older
Ford
you
is
get,
almost going to be one. He's almost going to be a full year old soon.
it's so weird. That's the weirdest part about it, is that he's like no longer a newborn. It would bug me so much because up until he was about 6 months old, Zach would tell people like, we've got a newborn at home. And I'm like, newborn, like, yes, 6 months is not that long, but that is not a newborn. And so finally he stopped doing that.
That depends on what you think.
I think a newborn is till
I could
like
be a newborn
2.
still.
Newborn, yeah. I got a Jack Vanek at home. She's a slippery, slidey little slug.
It just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
agree.
This is actually a great segue into my bad week.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's time for...
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
Have I talked about the fact that I am the worst mother on planet Earth because I cannot keep track of numbers? Like, my inability to remember numbers is so scary. Like,
You have not talked about this, but what?
Yeah, like I don't remember how much he weighed when he was born, and I don't remember what time he was born.
Weird.
It's so strange because I feel like that's something that all women who have children, it's like right there every moment. It's like, oh yeah, 8 pounds, 6 ounces, 17 inches, and born at 10:32 a.m. Like, what is that? What is that? I don't remember anything.
It's just like a brain block.
It's a brain block. And I couldn't even remember like what time of night or day that he was born in. It was so weird. I had to answer questions on like a passport thing. And I was like, I am a fucking
Do you have it written down somewhere like in a baby? Are you doing like a proper baby book?
No.
Why don't you just write it down in your notes so you just have it?
I mean, but like, why do I need to have my kid's stats in my phone?
Did you get
For
his
times like this
passport
when you're trying
pictures?
to get a passport, or when we ask, or that we have a person that does the star signs on the podcast, and like when I ask my mom, like, when was my birth time? It's important.
I know I have his birth certificate, which is another thing I didn't know that you had to like actually like go and apply for. I didn't have his birth certificate for many months. I'm a terrible mother. But also what I can't keep track of is how old he is. So like I have to actually look at the calendar and think of his birthday and be like, wait, he's about to be 10 months or he's like, is that a mom thing or are people just better at remembering numbers? I do know that I have an absolute like block with numbers.
Yeah.
Like birthdays, I can't remember people's birthdays. Like it's just a thing. And so anyways, I think
it's just you, because every other mother that I've ever met is like, he's 12, he's 9 months.
He's 75 weeks.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, he was 5 pounds, 6 pounds when he was born, and he's gained 1 pound, 1.2 pounds every week. So now he's 9 pounds. Like, people are very like intellectual about their poundage and their yearage and weekage. Weekage, actually, Jack, you're right. He's 42 weeks. What?
It's so weird.
That's so stupid.
So weird. And people will be like, well, how much does he weigh? And I'm like, well, first of all, he got weight. I don't weigh him. He got weighed at his last doctor's appointment, and I couldn't tell you for $1 million what that was.
He's a sack of sugar. He's a sack of flour.
I don't
Sack of
get
rice.
it. I'm a terrible mother. I don't get it. I think more moms, please reach out if this is normal or if it's just like because I'm a deadbeat, or maybe it's just like narcissism. You just only worry about yourself.
No, you're great.
My good week. I think I've discussed a little bit with you guys, but I haven't given you current updates.
Okay.
This weekage, I do know. 3.5 weeks ago, I went for my first Russian manicure with a hard gel polish.
Yep.
I was told by the girl doing my nails that the difference is that I'm going to be able to go once a month to get my nails done if I really want to. I mean, people will do more. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. My nails grow at the speed of light. My hair grows. I'm always having to do my color. It's like, there's just no way.
Oh, it's so hard to be back.
Just strong, long nails and just such a long hair.
Okay, sorry. No.
It is sad that my hair grows that fast because all you see are just grays coming out of my part at every moment. Sexy mature. Guys, this is the same nails that I've had. Look at this. The way that is.
It's not even growing out bad.
I know. You don't even have a root.
Isn't this crazy? Because the way they do a Russian manicure is they basically amputate your entire cuticle.
Yeah.
So the cuticle stays beautiful and non-existent. There's nothing to pick if I tried. Not a single morsel.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Yours look great too.
Mine broke off a little while ago, but for a different reason.
If you guys could see my nails, it looks like this is maybe I've just hit a 2 week.
Yeah.
Like
I need to do this.
week and a half.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Game changer. It takes longer.
That's
The appointment
thing.
is longer.
It does
and
take longer.
getting nails done is just like,
But
I'm gonna die.
if you go once a month, it's
that's
kind
not
of
bad.
amazing.
Yep. It's great.
So
I need to try it.
Congratulations.
if you do go get this done, make sure it's a really clean place because it's a surgery.
It's intense. It's a surgery. Yeah, for sure.
Don't they do it with like a Dremel tool though? Or is it like they're cutting?
Mine like she like and then she does do a snip too. So
Yeah, it's the drill with the pointy,
Yeah.
and then the cut around with cuticle scissors.
Snap, snap, snap. All right,
need
I have
to
a good
try it.
week.
Okay.
I'm a living TikTok. The TikTok is what you do when you buy a little plant. You want to get another one, and yes, you can. You take your big plant and you make a little baby plant. You
She's
know this
propagating.
TikTok? Propagating? I fucking propagated, bitches. Successfully.
Wow.
I cut a little bit of my plant off. I put it in just water. It has a root and will be planted for 2023. This is my second propagation. I fucking am a great gardener.
Wait, that's amazing.
I take a baby plant.
Is that
I'll
like
make
a
another
sound being
plant.
used in TikTok?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Haven't
when
heard
you
it.
buy a little planet. I'm not going to, you've heard it now too many times, but
You're
yes, it's
butchering
there.
it.
wow.
I'll try to find it.
Okay.
I can barely keep my plants alive. My schedule's just too crazy that I'll be gone for like 3 weeks. And then my poor plants, they're on the brink of death all of the time.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. Like, am I torturing them and should I give them away?
Oh, wow.
Oh, maybe.
They're so
if they're
sad.
still-
Wow, there's a lot of TikToks about propagation.
But if they're
plants are
still-
really hard.
They're still hanging on. Maybe you just have resilient plants.
Barely.
You have to do
And they're
the
not
plant-
growing.
You have to do the plant that's right for you.
I need
tried
to get a
grow-
snake plant. That's what, or like the mother's tongue. That's what I need to get because there was,
They're
when my
easy to
grandpa
grow.
died,
Yeah.
my parents went to go clean out his house. And there was a snake plant that was still alive like 6 months after he died, like in a dark corner of the house.
Crazy resilient.
What's so weird that you just brought up snake plant? I was on Architectural Digest online, and they just did this beautiful spread of Hilary Swank's house in Colorado. Like, this is dream house. But there's a picture of her, and she's sitting between two snake plants. And I was like, God, those are such cool plants. Like, what are they? And they're, look, snake plants.
And snake. She's like,
They're
I'm a
so
busy
easy
mom.
to take care of. They like don't really need light or water.
Okay.
It's like almost like a succulent.
My bad week is that it's time to say goodbye to Bujo from 2022. It's time to say goodbye. This was the worst bullet journal I've ever done. And it was a bullet journal. This is the sample of the journal that we sell in the LadyGang store. And I love the journal and I love it. And I had such high hopes for it because I was like, oh, we designed this journal. Like it's exactly what I want. I was the worst bullet journaler of all time. I was messy. almost at the beginning of the year, I started fucking things up to the point where I had to just hold on. I'm going to find it. Well, this is not a medium of showing things. I had to like start taking magazine clippings and like taping them to the pages because they were so messed. But here's the best. My real bad week is that I made a goal and I remember showing this to you guys last year that I made a social rundown of like, I was going to try to be social. I was going to see people every single month. And so here's my social calendar. In January, I did go and see 3 people. And then over here, I have the list of people that have asked me to do things with them that I was like waiting to make plans with. And then I literally February I saw Kristen. That's it. And then for the rest of the year, I did no socializing.
Are you dead serious that you did no socializing? Like you didn't?
I mean, I'm sure I did socializing. I went to like a couple things with Chris, but I did not go to lunch with Josie. I'll tell you that right now.
That was like going to things with Chris is like a work thing, right?
I mean,
like that's not like a fun thing.
I'm seeing his people. I never made plans. I mean, and I saw like. I went to a couple dinners with my friends, but these were not my best friends. These are people that are work acquaintances or I've worked with at one point that are like, hey, we should grab lunch. And I was really trying to like nail down those lunches.
An
and I did not do that. Anyway,
okay, I don't think I did that either. Okay, so my good week is I have a new obsession, and that is Julia Fox. I love her so much. I started following her on TikTok, and she is like my favorite person in the entire world. She gives no f***s. She's kind of like a girl's girl, but is not like in the Hollywood of it all. And her takes on things are so amazing that I just love her. I love her. She's the best. My kind of celeb.
I've seen stuff that she's done on TikTok, and it's like surprisingly like really great.
She has like a good head on her shoulders and like actually knows what she's talking about and isn't like...
this is going to come out wrong and maybe this isn't the right thing to say. There's something about her that I'm like, do you think she bathes?
No. She is a creative through and through because she will do outfit pictures and be like putting together the outfit, and what's happening behind her in this house
is a mess,
chaos. Like there's a hoarder in her. There's like, she is ultra creative. I know this person, like she just is like
definitely doesn't get Russian
manicures because her photos are like she's in the middle of a cluster and she's like, here's my outfit. I'm like, whoa, there's like nothing curated about it except that she curates these ridiculous outfits and then sets her paparazzi shots. And they're just like so insane.
Well, I think it's like she was like she's definitely like self-made, obviously. And she started like with her dominatrix stuff and stuff like that. But like there's definitely that grittiness and that hustler that I feel like that's still in her. That's always just like, I'm going to do whatever the I can to like get ahead. And I love the transparency because I feel like everybody is like that in Hollywood, but like nobody wants to admit it. And I love her. She's got great takes.
Amazing.
My bad week is that there's this stupid trend on TikTok that's like, film yourself before and after Googling this thing, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things was Google why chainsaws were invented. Do you guys know why chainsaws were invented?
For bones?
Chainsaws were invented. This is like the worst fact I've ever learned in my entire life. Chainsaws were invented to assist in childbirth. So what they would do is if the baby couldn't fit through the canal, they would literally chop off part of a woman's pubic bone to make room for baby to be born. And that is like the darkest fact that I've ever heard. And of course it was invented by a man.
Hold on. But okay. Listen, this is not a science lesson, but do they open her up and like take away the skin, or are they just chopping it like it's a goddamn tree? Like the visual on this is appalling.
It says before cesarean sections, if a baby was too large to pass through the birth canal, parts of the pelvis would be removed. At first, the procedure was performed with a small knife, which was very messy and painful. In 1780, 2 doctors invented the chainsaw to make the removal both easier and less time consuming. The original chainsaws were powered by a hand crank.
Okay.
It was like you're grating the cheese.
But the cheese is your bone.
I think that we need to, Alex, at the top of this, put in a trigger warning, because right now the feeling that I have is when I used to listen to My Favorite Murder and go on walks, and I was starting to be like, you know what I'm not really digging? This feeling I have inside. So I stopped listening. So you guys.
It's a history lesson. We've come a long way, but not that far.
On that note,
I am wrestling with the idea of us even leaving this in the episode. That's how awful I feel right now inside.
no, you want to greet the new manifest of the year with
Not
a
with
real
this.
sense of dread. You want to start it with dread. And so we're at a low point. We're going to manifest what's coming.
Please, God.
And
Bring it back up.
Going to bring it back up. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to fucking manifest, guys. It's time. It's my favorite episode of the year.
This episode of LadyGang is sponsored by BetterHelp. I am a big proponent of therapy, specifically online therapy, because sometimes life can get tricky. I know that I've been in spots where I've just felt stuck. I wish that I had a user manual for this thing called life, but we don't have those. The closest thing I would say is a therapist, because they're trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions. They help you learn productive coping skills. It really is a game changer. So BetterHelp has connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, and accessible anywhere, 100% online. So whether you want to learn coping skills, self-improvement, or you're dealing with trauma, whatever it may be, check them out. All you have to do is you fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking or if they're not, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. Get unstuck with BetterHelp. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/ladygang. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ladygang.
Now back to the Lady Gang.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the best episode of the year. I am so excited to be joined by my sisters in manifestation, and to be honest with you, I'm here for some real talk today about manifesting, because this is by far the most popular Just Us episode of the year that we ever do. People look forward to it every year. We've done it for like at least the last 4 or 5 years. I've been manifesting for a long time, and I want to say last year, I have gone through all the episodes. I've seen what we've manifested. We're going to get to that. But this year was my worst manifest year that I've ever had in my life since I started manifesting at like in my 20s. I am sitting here. I'm looking at my desk right now. I'm looking at the goal list that I have in front of me every single day when I work. And I also have it hanging in my bathroom. It's right here. And I can tell you that I have accomplished 2.5 things out of 10.
What are the 2.5 things you've accomplished?
All right. So, yeah, is it okay if I just start with me and then I'll get into you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So my goals for this year, for 2022, were to improve my posture. This is where I'm giving myself a 0.5, because I did start doing a lot more yoga and Pilates, which I do think has helped my posture, and something I'll catch myself doing my Hunchback of Notre Keltie, and then I'll collect myself and stand up like the beautiful dancer I was born to be. When I'm in line at CVS, when I'm getting groceries, when I'm waiting in line like at the airport, like I'll catch myself being like little phone hunchback, and I'll stand up straight. So is my posture 100% better? No. Am I Misty Copeland? Absolutely not. But I have tried, and I can remember times where it's like clicked in to improve my posture.
Why don't you get one of those posture improving things?
I have one, babe. I have one.
You just don't use it.
Well, it doesn't really work because nothing is as strong as the power of Keltie's muscles. So like you put it on, it's like a backpack thing. And then
no, they have the one that like, I think
I've had that too. It sticks to your body. It doesn't stick.
Oh.
It's like a nipple cover, like that kind of stickiness where like you're doing
it doesn't
your life.
Look like it
it's
would
like
stick.
a mouse size thing. I mean, you know, when I go to a manifest, make a goal, I'll do everything. I have the backpack thing, and like eventually you can like snuck yourself down. Anyway, long story short, my second thing was Superfan as a hit. Superfan's not even on the fucking air. So,
I know, but Keltie, that is a huge goal that you accomplished, that you made Superfan.
Yeah, Superfan, but my goal was not make Superfan. That was last year. Superfan as a hit was my goal.
If it's not on the air, so it's not like
it's not a failed goal.
No, that's it's not a failed goal, but it's what I call a Passover goal. Like it's going to continue on the list next year.
Okay.
Get picked up for Superfan season 2. Again, it needs to be next year because we have not aired yet.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, get Reese and Mindy on the LadyGang. And I want to tell you something. I didn't even fucking try. I want to tell you, I've looked at this every fucking day, and I've been like, reach out to Reese Witherspoon's team and ask her if she wants to come on the podcast. I mean, she's going to say no, but it's like, I didn't even fucking try, which is rare for me. So
who told me that Mindy Kaling doesn't do podcasts?
She doesn't.
So then, like, that's its stupid goal.
It's an impossible
She's not going
goal.
to decide to finally do a podcast and it be the LadyGang.
I know, but I didn't really realize that she wasn't doing podcasts until I started trying to listen to her on podcasts. I mean, she did Meghan Markle's podcast.
Well, that I'm sure is so good.
Anyway, okay. So next, no shopping. So I have done this in a couple years in my life where I've done a no shopping until I reach like a certain savings goal, and then I'll go ham for like the last half of the year, but like the first half of the year is like savings goal. And I literally started in January. I have been a shopping monster. I have been so not eco-conscious. I have not been wearing things multiple times. I've been the worst gluttonous confessions of a shopaholic that you've ever seen in your life.
Wow.
So I got to rein it in. Next, I just had discipline on my list, like just as my word for the year. And I have not been disciplined. I've been a disaster. I ate Denny's pretty much every day when I was at home with my brother and lived on French fries this year. So I'm going to get it fucking together. All right. Should we take a break and go into you guys, or is this so boring? All right. Here's my last 4. I want to take 100 classes of Spaniel. 100 classes on my app of Spanish. I think I did 3, but I have practiced my Spanish, but not enough. Mm-hmm. So now I'm having the opportunity to go somewhere that is Spanish speaking, and I still don't feel confident, and I hate myself. Okay. Then I had a salary that I wanted all 3 LadyGang members to make. We didn't make it.
Great.
It's been a fucking disaster. Okay, here's the 2 things that I did successfully this year that I manifest. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have my nails be beautiful.
Oh.
Because I would do my nails and there would always be some version of like cracked or falling off, and like I would wait way too long to get a manicure. And I have for the last year, every 3 weeks, gone to get my Russian manicure, and I have beautiful nails and beautiful cuticles, and I look chic.
Those do look very nice. I think that is a hit.
Thank you. And the last and most important thing is that I wanted by the end of the year to have my brother stable, and he is stable. And that probably is the reason why I didn't do fucking anything else this year that was on my goddamn list, but probably the most important thing, and has been a full-time job. But what a wonderful thing to go into 2023 knowing that where we were as a family at this time last year was so fucking bad. And where we are this year is there's such a light. And I'm just so thankful for that. And so I guess my point is like, yes, I manifested stupid shit and I manifested serious stuff. And I'm glad that I didn't do no shopping or 100 classes of Spanish, because it was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a nice time to take a step back and look at your priorities, and like out of all of the goals on that list, like that's one that's probably the most important, and you should be proud of yourself instead of beating yourself up because you didn't get your posture 100%, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I do want to say that in my Bujo, I added a bonus that wasn't on this list, and that was become stylish.
I mean, you have copied a few of Becca's looks, so those were probably stylish. You know what, Keltie? I think you have become stylish. I think you've sort of found your own style sometimes. And like with your little vest outfits, like the matching vest outfits with all of your beautiful Chanel necklaces, like that's stylish.
Becca is not commenting.
No, I agree. I'm just over here wondering if it's like, I don't want you to stop putting stupid shit on your manifestations because it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
But I also, as your friend and someone who cares about you, want you to stop putting stupid shit on your manifestation list. Because it just, What does your therapist say about your manifestation list? Is it just like more opportunities for you to disappoint yourself?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think for me,
Or be hard on yourself, I guess, is the...
No, it's not about being hard on myself. For me, I think that I have trouble focusing on everything. And so in order to live a well-rounded life, I need to make this list so that when I'm in work mode and I'm sitting in hour 14 and I'm like, this is all that matters, I can look up on my list and be like, no, bitch, get your nails done. You know what I mean? Or like when I am, looking at the minutia of life, these tiny fucking details that don't matter, I can look at these big things and be like, no, you will be a well-rounded person. So that's why I like it. And where it, and I've done a lot of work on myself, and I feel like I've become much gentler on myself. Like I'm able to forgive myself a lot faster than I used to be.
Okay.
Jackie, here's what you said on the podcast last year.
Oh God.
You said, for LadyGang, figuring out the next steps of like what we're going to do next. We had a very busy year, so I'm going to call that a rollover.
I mean, I feel like that is a success. We'd figured out tour.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And now what we're going to do next is podcast. So I feel like this is that is a check mark off the list.
Yep. I love this for you. You also hit this. You were talking about like bringing Jack Vanek back in a big way and like really spending time on it. And then Elder Emo came.
That is a success. Yep. Got a full collection, doing the thing. Yeah, I think that was very successful in my brain.
You mentioned that you wanted to sell your art prints. How's that going?
Not going. That's a rollover goal. That's when I actually just bought a new art pad and some new paint markers. Yeah. So it's in the thought, and it's because, there's a new year and I'm like, what is my new goal list going to be? So that was definitely a rollover goal. But, now that I think I have a little bit more time and we're a little bit chilled, I might have time to like enjoy creating some art.
Okay. I love that. And for your personal, you rolled over from the year before some really important things. Becca, you're going to love this. She wants to surf, she wants a pottery wheel, and she wants a house.
You know what? Those are still
pottery wheel happening, Jack.
No, the pottery wheel was an idea that came during COVID because I saw all these people on TikTok creating all this amazing ceramic shit from their garages in their homemade pottery wheels. I still would really like that. I definitely need a space for it, not in my 800 square foot apartment. So I will roll that over because I feel like if I find a house in a beach community, then those two might be able to happen.
10.
Yeah.
Hang 10.
Hang 10, bro.
We actually, didn't we do like a halfway through the year manifestation check-in?
Yeah, we did. Because I remember those from it. And I was like, what the surfing?
Yeah. I remember getting a real kick out of those.
I love, here's the thing. If you ever want to do a surfing lesson, I will do it with you.
Really?
Yes, because I love to bodyboard. I love it. It is one.
I cannot
like
imagine you board? In the waves at all.
Let me tell you something. There's 2 times in my life that I can feel and remember being like tragically carefree happy. Like nothing else was coming in my brain. And it was once on my honeymoon from my first marriage. We had no money. And so we went to Montauk, which is like on Long Island, and stayed at a little beachside motel. And they had boogie boards. And I wore a mint colored bathing suit. And I went in the waves, and the waves were really strong. And like when the power of the wave takes you and you don't know where you're going. Yeah. I remember being so happy and being like, my life is so good. The day after that, I was like, oh, what have I done? But then the other time was when I went on Hawaii a couple Christmases ago. I went boogie boarding. And like the feeling of like catching a fucking wave. It's so good. I would love to surf.
That's why people surf. They literally surf to forget about all the bullshit in life, and you just sit amongst the waves.
Just feel the power of Earth.
Feel the power of Earth? Yeah, let's do it. I would love to see you catching a wave.
Let's do it. Let's take surfing lessons.
Okay, I'm so down. Put that on the manifest.
Yeah, putting it on. I'm going to put that under fun. Okay, what's on your list that was in your bathroom?
So most of it was like financial goals, like trying to hit certain salaries or things. So I'm not going to talk about those. This is where it gets great. So in the beginning of the year was when NFTs were the jam.
Oh my God.
So everybody thought that they could get rich quick from NFTs. So I did have sell NFTs on my list, and I really worked on it in the beginning of the year. I figured out how to do it where you could get like 5,000 different variations. I was doing all this shit on Illustrator. But yeah, that never, my thing was going to be called.
What happened with NFTs?
They just kind of crashed and lost all their value.
The artist that did it in the very beginning made a shit ton of
rich.
money, and then it just kind of was like done.
Yeah, because they're like, is this a scam? I think so. So
Okay.
that was on there. Obviously did not happen.
Okay.
I had Go on Tour for LadyGang on there. Hasn't been checked off yet. I forgot to do that.
Okay.
I had more camping. I went camping once. I feel like that's better than nothing. So
That's
more than zero.
I feel like more camping would be twice a year, but we've been busy. So I feel like that one's good.
I also love camping. I feel like we could be really good friends.
I mean, you never want to do anything. So
I know, but maybe in 2023, I'll want to do something.
we can maybe be friends in 2023. I like this.
Okay.
And then I don't do fitness goals because it's like triggering to my past, but I had walk an average of 6,000 steps a day. So I just wanted to be like a little bit more active. I think my year before I was at an average of like 4,800.
Yeah.
So like walking 1,200 more steps every single day, I feel like is a really good goal.
Yeah.
So currently year end 59.94.
You can still beat that.
I just got to I just got to do a couple long days. That's pretty good. I haven't really tried that hard to like make up for like slow days. So I'm almost there. So I'll consider that one
How do
a
you
success.
even find your like yearly? Oh,
It's in your health app and you go to steps.
in the
and you can
health
go to
app?
year.
But what if your phone wasn't with you?
I mean, I always carry my
In
phone
general.
with me.
Okay.
I'm not running. I'm walking.
Where's the health app? Hell.
It's the
the
little
heart.
heart.
Oh, what's mine? Steps. 80. I took 84 steps today. Whoa. Hold on. What? Your average walking in. Oh, I do 1.5 miles a day.
So that's
Is that a
what?
lot?
2,500 steps. Go to your year. Go to
Year.
steps and then go to year.
Oh, year. Mine's in fucking miles. 1.4 miles.
So 1.4 miles is around like
2,000 steps.
2,500 steps.
Cool. Because I don't leave the house. That actually makes like a lot of sense.
But
Okay.
your house is big.
I mean, but if you not if you stay in one room. I'm walking to literally the printer and back.
What are you printing?
Just things. Love to print it.
Wow. I haven't printed anything in years.
Yep. Okay. That was
My
it.
last one was just because this was the first year that you could really travel for the most part.
Sure.
So I had Hawaii, Europe,
Yeah.
Dude Ranch in Montana, Vermont, and Mexico. So I did Hawaii
did
twice.
Vermont.
I did Hawaii twice, Europe, and Vermont. So I feel like that's pretty good.
Okay, Becca. Latobin. Are you ready?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
It's been a hell of a year. I did say to have a baby, but I knew that I was having the baby when I made the list, so it's like not
I was
that
going to say,
exciting.
cha-ching, baby.
I mean, that's lit. You know what? This is how you correctly manifest.
Yeah,
you manifest
you know
things that
something.
you know that are going to happen, and then you're like, easy, did it.
Whoa.
I did it. It was amazing. Okay, Becca, you said be on a show that shoots in Atlanta or Austin. And no, but this could be a rollover because you've been very close on a lot of things. And you also said, I'd like to do a dynamic. I think I talked you into this actually. So maybe this is my manifest for you. A dynamic role, not an ingenue. And I do think you went in for some really dynamic roles this year.
What's an ingenue?
An ingenue's like the girl in the holiday movie that's blonde and beautiful, the dance teacher, the lover.
Yeah.
The lover.
Okay. So listen, we did okay.
That was all that was on my list?
No, because every year I'm like, what's on your list? And you're like, I fucking hate this. And you're like,
oh,
anything.
I feel like I get bullied into adding more things.
Yeah, you did. I was nice last year. I didn't add anything.
That was so nice.
You're listening to the Lady Gang.
All right. For fun, Jack and I are doing surfing. Becca?
For fun?
Yes. What are you doing in 2023 for fun?
Guys, I actually, coming off of tour, I sort of was like, 2023 is a wash already.
2023 is the year to chill.
Yeah. It's like, I plan on literally just recording this podcast, maybe like working a teeny tiny bit on a side hustle, but like not doing much else.
Okay, hold on. So this is mine.
No, wait. Can I say a goal that involves you career-wise that is literally on my goal list?
Okay.
Oh, Gingerbell.
Is make Gingerbell happen. And you know what? I think we need to talk about this a little bit because, Keltie, this can benefit you too because Chris will be managing Gingerbell. Like, I feel like this is a family affair that we could all find massive success together as...
I love this.
As all of us.
I'm going to put that under career.
Put that under career.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we really need a song.
You need a song.
Yeah, you do. Okay. So I'm going to put that under body. I'm going to switch gears, Becca, because you want to have a year of restoration of yourself because we spent you spent a lot of time becoming a new mom. You spent a lot of time on the road. Like we tore you away from your child. It was a lot. Okay. Mind and body and health are great categories for you to focus on.
Well, I would also like to point out that I ran a half marathon this year and it wasn't on my manifestation board. So
wow,
that's impressive.
That is
so
impressive.
Sometimes keep the bar lower. You know what I mean? So this year I'll still do my obey regularly. That's not really hard to achieve though. Oh, no. I keep asking Zach to turn one side of our garage into a gym.
Cool.
Like a home where I can do whatever, yoga, obey, maybe a treadmill. I don't know. I don't love the treadmill, but he's somebody who, if he wants something done, he gets it done, but if it's his idea. So this is my idea and I'm asking for it for Christmas this year. So I do want an at-home gym and I want to be good about going into it.
You know what's easy? I got those like Amazon foam tiles and you just lay them down and then it's like you at a home gym.
That's what I need to find.
Go to Marshall's,
will you send me the link?
Yeah, they're so easy and they're not expensive. Go to Marshall's, you get a couple new yoga mats, a little weight set, and then you have your obey stuff and like
great.
And also I have a link for a really cool iPad holder that just sticks to the wall. It's clear and you can put your iPad up when you're doing obey so it's on your sightline.
Good to know.
You know what I mean? I'll help you. For my body and health, this is very important to me this year. And every year, but I didn't have anything on my goal list about myself and my own health and my own mind last year. I really gave it all to everyone else and treated myself like absolute shit. So I have done this many times in many different ways on the manifest list, and I'm going to come at this with a new mindset this year. For 2023, I am trying to live my year in an 80-20 rule. So my 80-20 rule is I would like to be nice to myself, take care of myself, eat well, drink water, not go fucking ham on Snickers and Diet Coke 80% of the time. And then 20% of the time, I would like to go fucking ham on the Snickers and Diet Coke. So normally at this time of year, I go all or nothing. I'm like, I make a bujo and I'm like, okay. And every day that you do something good for yourself, you're going to get a green check mark and whatever. And I'm not doing that this year. I am actually Beccaing it. I'm taking the pressure off myself that I just want to exist. I will never exist in balance, but I would like to exist where at least some of the time I am being aware of what fuels me, makes me feel good. And personally, in my therapy, I'm going to be doing a lot of work with a nutritionist and some work with therapy about like all of my internal nutrition eating issues that I will not trigger you with, everyone. But it's the year, and I hope that by this time next year, it is so natural to me to treat myself nicely.
I love that. I feel like that is at your core something that would change a lot of other things in your life if you honed in.
Yeah.
I love it.
We'll see.
There's actually an episode of Armchair Expert that was kind of mind-blowing, and it's sort of in the same vein of this guy who is a scientist and a professional bodybuilder, but like a brilliant, his name is Lane Norton, and he was on Armchair Expert recently. And he even has a conversation in defense of Diet Coke. And it was really mind-blowing. And the whole thing is like, it's not about what is in things. It's about how much you're indulging and going over the top with certain things. And it's with everything that we've like deemed bad and naughty. And like, it's kind of the same thing that you're going toward, Keltie, but we've been so psycho, like all or nothing trained that he kind of does this whole conversation of like, just be fucking normal and moderate, and you don't have to like beat yourself up about having a Diet Coke. So I think everybody should listen to it. I walked away from it with this like renewed sense of like, kind of like autonomy and, over the choices that I make and not beating myself up about it and like being proud and not shameful.
That is literally like the one thing that changed my life, is kind of like releasing all of that, like the guilt and the pressure and all of that, and just like forcing myself to not think about it. Because then when I want a Snickers, I can have like a few bites of a Snickers, and I'm like, well, I don't need to eat the whole thing, because like it's not like an extreme like guilt eating kind of a thing, and it's just existing, and I want a little bit of that, and then you don't have the pressure that you do when you're like kind of in it.
Yeah. I'm going to take a listen to that, Becca.
Maybe we should try to get him on the LadyGang. I think people would
love that. I would love that. Let's do that.
That is the healthy solution.
Yeah. And it's really difficult. It's really difficult if you're a me and you have never had moderation in your life in any way. I'm either tornado, my house is a disaster, or it's perfectly meticulous. Like I'm one or the other, and I've always been that way. But I think deep down, like when I'm thinking about what this year holds, like there's something about me deep in my core where I don't feel deserving of taking the time to be nice to myself, where I'm like, let me do all of these other things before. And I've trained myself, like you guys know, I've trained myself to not care. And I am more invested in my fucking skincare than I am in what happens with my body. And that's ridiculous and stupid. And it got me in a lot of fucking trouble this year. And I never want to be in a place where I'm being that sick and shitty to myself. So anyway. All right, let's just talk one more. And I think this will be perfect for us. Home. Jack, is this our house year?
You guys, this is going to be my year. Yeah. I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like the market is going down.
Yeah, no, it is.
I feel like it's going to be 2023 house, wedding.
Yeah.
It's my year. Fingers crossed.
I'm going to give you one piece of advice.
Don't do both.
Maybe you should separate house and wedding for at least a year in between.
Well, I don't want to miss out on my opportunity for a house.
The house is, from what I've heard, and I'm not an expert at all, but I hear that market is cooling for some time.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if I find it, I find it. Yeah. I'm also like, I'm not, it's not going to be like I'm spending my entire year planning my wedding kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to be, but I've got news for you.
Yeah.
It sucks the life out of you no matter how you do it.
It's true. But Jack,
you know what? I have nothing else to do this year, so
you have some some drawings to sell.
This is my year to do the things in my home life and be an actual adult. So I think that's where the focus is going to go.
I love this for you. And you know what, Jack? You just have to be ready. Like, with the house, it's like you find houses and whatever, but like you need to get yourself an agent. You need to have someone who's sending you houses that are available. You need to have your mortgage and your loan all lined up so that when you find that house, like you'll lose the house if you're not ready.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
you have to do the prep work of being like, okay, I have the money transferred to the account. I have what I need. Like I'm pre-approved for this. And so like you can walk in and make an offer because that's how it's going to go. And you're going to find your dream house. I know it. I'm manifesting it for you.
Thank you.
I would like to manifest that by the end of 2023, I'm going to be done with this house. I'm ready. I think a lot of my issues of not taking care of myself have spiraled from the fact that I can't get this house done. And it's like I'm living in this kind of like half done world. And so I'm like, I don't even have a kitchen. So like, why would you cook? Like, let me just, so I'm owning this space. And by the end of this year, this house, this entire house, every room will be comfortable and cozy and safe and special. And I will be ready to entertain, even though I'll never entertain. Becca?
My house feels pretty much done for the most part because I just did not want a house that I had to do anything to because I had just done it so much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better at like going, like a little goes a long way with the organizational stuff. Like I used to be the type of person where it would be an all day affair.
Yeah.
And I would just like go through every drawer, every closet, every yada, yada, yada. And I just started doing like one drawer here, one drawer there. I notice something's messy. I'll just take like maybe an hour to go through it. Even my closet, I want to be better at just getting rid of stuff as soon as I feel like I'm not wearing it. Or if I put something on to wear and I'm like, this is f***ing ugly and I don't feel good in it, instead of putting it back in the closet, getting rid of it.
Oh my God. That is one of my goals too. Cause I'm like, why do I have this ugly jacket that I keep putting on and it never works with anything, but it's still in my tiny closet?
It's so annoying. So yeah, I'm just trying to be better. Again, like more of like a moderation thing, even though I have these moments where I want to look at Zach and be like, I need 2 full days of no distractions. And I'm going to go through from top to bottom this motherfucking house. And I'm going to organize and I'm going to do all this. But like, I don't need to do that. If I want to do that, sure. But I also just feel like I could just keep it together a little bit more throughout the year.
Yeah, agree.
2023, the year of health and moderation.
Yes.
I love it.
I do too.
So LadyGang at home, here's your list. Fun, career, love, home, money, mind, body, and health. Let me know what you are manifesting. Happy New Year. We are wishing you a happy, healthy, moderate 2023.
See you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Keltie, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.